Hey everybody, welcome to Big Valley Living. I'm Michelle. I'm doing this video as part of a collaboration that is being co-hosted by Dale at 9 Acre Family Farm and Blue at Blue's Self-Reliance. Thanks for inviting me, you guys. The 4 R's are very important to me, always have been. I have been proudly wearing the tree hugger badge pretty much since I was in 3rd, 4th grade when I became aware of the planet and the crises that humans and the tolls that we take on things. So this really does mean a lot to me personally. So what are the 4 R's? Reduce, reuse, recycle, repair. And really, it's just responsible living. That could be the 5th one, right? Responsibility. Take responsibility when you're doing this. I'm going to give you some ideas just from my perspective of what we do and have done for a long time around here. For reducing your footprint, okay, that's what I like to try and think about when I'm thinking about things like that. Reduce your plastic use by choosing paper bags, which is a more renewable source, or by taking your own bags to the grocery store or wherever you're shopping. That's kind of a no-brainer, simple thing to do. And it keeps all those plastics from blowing around and getting in the oceans and along the roadways. We don't need that. We really don't. Reduce your plastic waste by taking your own water bottle with you. Your own water bottle. Look at that. Just clean it up every night and refill that baby. I don't have my traveling mug, but again, along the same lines, take your own coffee cup, take your own coffee mug, plan ahead. If you have a long trip ahead of you, invest in a thermos or something that's stainless steel, and that you can just take your own filtered water with you, iced tea, whatever it is that you want. Just take it with you and make sure you have extra. I personally don't recommend keeping plastic bottles of water in the car unless it's absolutely necessary, because the heat can actually release some chemicals that you really don't want to put into your body. So we minimally use water bottles, you know, the plastic ones that you get in a case. If you do use those, please recycle those at a local recycling center, or just put them into your blue waste if you're in the States. We all have blue waste cans if you're in any kind of a city. You can reduce your carbon footprint by consuming less meat. You know, meat has increased worldwide for consumption, and so we want to make sure that we are not encouraging the deforestation of South America, which is a big problem. And then, you know, on top of that, meat has to be processed, and then it has to be packaged, and then it has to be shipped, and it just goes on and on and on. Eat the vegetables that the animals are going to eat that become meat, and save yourself a whole lot of trouble. Just go meatless maybe once or twice a week. That will make a difference if everybody does it. It's also can be better for your health if you have certain health conditions. Reuse. I like to reuse old pickle jars with their lids for, like, if I have leftover spaghetti sauce or something like that. It takes up less space in the refrigerator. You don't need to put plastic on top of it like we all used to do, you know, in the fridge. And I love the fact that, again, it doesn't take a lot of space in the fridge. Reuse wood from, like, fences or something. If you're repairing a fence, see what you can salvage from the old fence and only use the new products that you need to use. It can save you a lot of money, and it can save a whole lot of time, and of course it saves useful products that don't need to go to the landfill. We take cardboard boxes that don't have shiny graphics on them, take the tape off, flatten them up, and we like to use them in the garden to smother weeds. It also enhances, like, the biodiversity underneath it in the soil, and it will help you on your way to no-till gardening. And that's actually something that we've been doing, and we're starting to implement more and more here on our property for gardening. It works very, very well. We put it underneath our flowers. I'm looking over here at some of our flowers. If you can see that rose bush behind me, yeah, there it is. On the ground there, we covered it with cardboard, about 3 layers of cardboard. and then we put some straw in there and it holds the water in. The soil is super soft, and we did that about 2 years ago. You would be amazed at what all the little bugs that get protection can do underground to improve your soil health. Recycling has been a huge part of my life. I have been recycling aluminum cans since I knew that you could recycle aluminum cans. It doesn't matter where I've lived, what I've done for a living, traveled around the country. I even had a bag where I saved them in my semi until I got home if I couldn't recycle them in a different state. You can go online and Google which numbers mean that it's recyclable to be reused again for food consumption and stuff like that. So you can take those bottles also to the recycle center. JJ and I like to make a game of it, and before we go over, we both write down what we think we're going to get. The winner doesn't get anything that the loser gets, or doesn't get, because we just put that money into our fun account. But it's just a fun little game that we play. If you have old jeans that are either too small or they've just kind of gotten a little bit threadbare, have some fun with it. You can make some really neat things by stripping them up and making them into woven rugs. You could turn it into a little purse, or maybe a holder for your phone that you can sling over your shoulder, a pillow, anything like that. But try and do something fun with it. Make a little whoopee for your dog and stuff it, and let him have a toy that now you don't have to pay a bunch of money for. Stuff it with the jeans that you're not going to use on the toy. That'd totally be perfect. Make sure to recycle your food waste. If you have a compost bin, go ahead and put it in your compost bin. If you live in a municipality where you can put it into your green waste, all the more power to you. You can even recycle cardboard that food is served in now, because many places are starting to make like pizza boxes that are completely recyclable. So go online and check your local rules and municipality for that. Okay, the fourth R here is repair. So if you have an old tool in your garden arsenal, and the metal part, let's use a shovel as an example. Okay, the shovel is perfectly fine, but you've had it for years and the handle has had it, and you go to dig into the ground and you snap it. You can pull that handle off, send it to the recycler if you don't have another use for it, and you can buy a new handle. Reuse the bottom part as long as you can. Repair it so that you can reuse it. See how they all just kind of come together? That's a really good way to not only to save money, but to just save things from going out to the environment that really don't need to. If you have tiny holes or something in your socks or your shirts, repair them like your grandmother used to do. If a button falls off of your shirt, I hope everybody has a little jar of buttons. I really do. Get yourself out some needle and thread and just fix it up. Learn how to darn a sock. But there's always something you can do to extend the life of something by repairing it, whether it's a tool or clothing. Pots and pans. We have some cast iron pans that we rescued, and JJ has reconditioned them, and they're over 100 years old, and they're the best nonstick pans we have in our house. So, that's another way that you can repair things, is to take old things that can be restored. Ooh, that could be another one, restoration. Let's say you have a coffee pot and you broke the pot. Go try and find that carafe that fits your model, versus throwing the whole thing away and replacing it with a new one. There's no need to throw away something that works perfectly if you can just get the other component that you need. If you have a coffee pot and you like to make coffee at home, if you don't use a percolator, which makes really good coffee, Grandma wasn't wrong about that, get yourself one of those little gold V-shaped filters that they make, that you just empty into your compost or your garden. It works great for, I guess, worms love it. And consider using something like that to also reduce waste. I'd love for you to drop your favorite idea in the comment section below. Please make sure that you watch for the hashtag 4Rs2023 and go watch those videos. They're all being dropped today. I did a count earlier, and I want to say there's about 20 videos. But all of us are going to have a different take on it. Everybody's going to have different ideas. It's not just the United States. We have people in other countries as well who are participating. And so it might broaden your perspective, your global perspective, which this planet is the same planet no matter what continent we live on, right? So take care of the whole thing. And I just want to thank you all, encourage you one more time to go watch the other channels. Put your comments below. Like, share, subscribe, that whole thing. I hope you've all enjoyed that bird song back there. That's why I came outside. It's a beautiful day. Make sure to take care of the planet, take care of yourself, and always, always, always